All right, guys, got another GMetrix practice test 2 video for you. This one is on item number 18. So on this one, be forewarned, this one is a little more complicated. So make sure you're paying attention to the values in the boxes. Like notice it tells you certain values, but then again, it may not tell you another value. If it doesn't tell you that value, you leave that value alone and it's the default, as in whatever was there when you opened the feature tool up. Like if you're making a hole and it doesn't give you all of the dimensions, leave the dimensions that are default in there and change what it tells you to change. So you've got 3 sets of holes to make. You have to make a counter sink hole here, a simple drilled hole here, and 2 counter bored holes here. So that's kind of where each of these sections is going. This section addresses this hole, this section addresses this hole, and this section addresses these holes. All right, so we're going to get started with a countersink on the front surface. All right, so we're going to make a sketch. That was not the right button. Make a sketch on the front surface there. It automatically gives you the center, which works great. So we're going to make a countersink hole there. So 3D model hole right there. Oh. So we're going to make a hole. Where are we going to make a hole? Right there. We want it to be a simple hole, countersink. So let's just put it in line so you can see it a little better. All right. So it's countersink diameter. You can hover over these and it'll tell you what it is. So countersink diameter is 10. That's what it needs. Countersink angle is 90. Again, it already has it. And then the clearance diameter is the next part. And that is going to be 10 millimeters. So the only other value is this. So again, it's diameter. So the only other diameter there is clearance diameter. And it wants that to be 10. Oops, sorry. This one's 15. We got that. So the countersink diameter is 15. The clearance diameter is 10. Yeah. And the termination is through all, which is this little box right here. So that is the first hole. All right. So now we're going to make the hole on this little surface right here. So I'm going to zoom in, make a sketch on it, and get it turned at the angle that I want. Okay. So simple drilled hole. So first thing I'm going to do is lay down a point, and then I'm going to dimension that point where it wants it to be. So from edge 2, which is right here, it wants it to be 10 millimeters. So from here to here needs to be 10 millimeters. From edge 3, it needs to be 5 millimeters. So from here to here, it needs to be 5 millimeters. That's where it needs to be. So then I can go to my 3D modeling tools, go to hole. This one's going to be just a simple hole. All right, and it wants the depth to be 5 millimeters and the diameter to be 2 millimeters. So diameter, 2 millimeters. And it wants the depth to be 5 millimeters. So we've got to change termination to a distance, and then it'll let me add that value there. So there's the hole depth. Again, you can hover over the hole or the blank, and it'll tell you what that is. All right, that's it for the simple hole. All right, final holes go on this surface here. So again, make a sketch. Should be noticing a pattern here. You have to have a sketch to make features on the models. All right. So we're going to make 2 counterbore holes concentric with the radius corners as shown. All right. So let's start with that part. So that means project geometry on the semicircle regions there. That gives us the radius of the circles. From there, we're going to be making counter bore holes. So holes, counter bore. So we want the holes here and here. Counter bore diameter is 10. So again, notice I hover over it. Wants this to be 10. Counter bore depth is 2. That's default. The angle to be drill point. Well, the drill point to be at an angle. So that's right here. So that's done. And the clearance diameter to be 5. Clearance diameter 5. And termination through all. And that's it. So at this point, it wants to know the mass of the barrel. So you can go to the part name, iProperties, physical, click update, and your mass will be there.